Hello and welcome to this introductory talk on the BA Honours Interior Design course at the University of Plymouth. My name is Jonathan Forster and I'm the award leader for the course. I'm going to give you an introduction to the course tutors, the type of projects that we run, what you're going to learn, and also the philosophy behind the course. We have a wide range of tutors working on the modules that we deliver. You'll come into contact principally with myself and Elena Del Signore. We're the main lecturers on the interior design course, but there's also a host of other lecturers who you'll come across as you pass through the years at Plymouth. All of these have a wide experience of both tutoring and also professional practice, with most of us still working in some form within the industry. And that gives you some really good, up-to-date industry experience coming through into the teaching process. We've got quite a wide number of tutors because we are running the course in parallel with a product and furniture design course. And this gives you a great opportunity to work alongside designers, students from different disciplines, and to learn from that, much in the way that modern consultancies have different teams of designers working on different projects. The world of interior design is quite a wide one. It crosses a lot of sectors and a lot of different types of context and scale. Our interest is in the area between objects and architecture, and our aim is to teach you to be able to design spaces that are going to positively influence the perception of the users as they use those spaces. It's a very human-centric approach. We put the end user, the client, right at the centre of the process of your design development. As I said, we tackle a lot of different projects. This one on the screen now is designs for a school environment that was designed specifically to cut out or reduce bullying within school spaces. This is a third-year project and was developed by the student in response to their interests and how they wanted to then move on into their career. So we're enabling students to follow their path and produce work that they're really interested in and will form a sort of starting point for their next steps into employment. We work across all the sectors, as I said. This is some work for some hospitality and breakout spaces for Swansea University. It's a live project. We like to set up lots of live projects with our students to give them some real life experience. And this one is going to be built over the summer of this year. This was a second-year project which introduced the students to skills required within the commercial interiors sector. We have mood boards, product selection, and working with clients as skills that they've managed to develop and implement. We're happy for students to follow their passions, and as you can see from this slide, cats was a huge feature in this student's life. They designed an apartment for cats, which also had space for humans, but the emphasis was on understanding and developing a space that would enable cats to live happily alongside their owners. This is a project that moves into the public realm with designs for breakout spaces within an outdoor space. So as you can see, the range of projects goes right across the board of the sectors within interior design. And by the end of the course, you'll have had the opportunity to design and develop ideas for all of those areas. Our teaching is very hands-on. We work in small groups. We have our own dedicated studio space where you can work both individually and as part of teams. And we have lots of one-to-one feedback, tutorials, and little mini presentations to build your confidence and to develop your ideas. We think making is a really important part of the process of developing concepts. We have access to some great facilities and some really skilled technicians. This enables you to fabricate either models or details or prototypes within our workshops. We've got a mix of traditional wood, metal and ceramics workshops, textiles and print, as well as digital fabrication and immersive media labs. The mixture of the old and the new is quite interesting, enabling you to experiment and explore different ideas. And summer we've had a whole new digital fabrication lab set up on the ground floor of our building in Roland Levinsky building, which has really opened up the opportunities for rapid prototyping fabrication using digital techniques. The aim of all the projects that we set you is to develop your portfolio, develop your creative confidence, and enable you to find a unique design voice. A mixture of projects gives you a range of outcomes to demonstrate your abilities and enable you to explore ideas. The aim, of course, is to get employment. We've had a number of graduates moving on to some really fabulous projects and companies. Gemma Hall left university and joined LDA and worked on the London 2012 Olympic Park. She spent a lot of time at university developing ideas for public space and public realm. And every year we have students going out into the industry and finding the careers that they're looking for and working across the sector. We haven't had the shows this year, of course, but in previous years our graduates have gone to London and exhibited. And that's really the point of the course, is to create students who can move into employment seamlessly at the end of their course. That underpins the beliefs of the course. We want to create graduates who are ready for work, have the employability and the creativity skills to enable them to begin their career. We're trying to encourage students with an attitude and a point of view. We want them to be innovative. We want them to be informed about the world around them. We want them to engage in that world and to design responsibly. It's important for our students to understand how they fit into the world around them and respond to the themes of globalization, social change, design for different demographics, understand and integrate technology whilst having an environmental and sustainability agenda, and also understand the economic consequences of what they're designing and how to maximize the return on investment for a client. We have a focus on creating graduates who can develop their ideas and explore their potential. We do that by looking at process, skills, setting a range of projects and looking at different scales. The process of learning mirrors professional practice. We're very focused on the skills required to complete the work, whether that's the design process, how to develop ideas and how to implement a brief and create a concept that responds to the brief, or the professional skills required to promote yourself within the industry, from CV writing to portfolios. Some of the technical skills required are pushed right from the first projects in the first year. We introduce you to CAD software so that you can develop your ideas using the latest software packages, whether that's technical drawing packages or presentation packages. An important part of the process is also how to present. So there's lots of opportunities, both formal and informal, to present your ideas amongst students, to the staff, and often to professionals from outside of the university. We work on a range of projects that gives you a taste of the full potential of the interior design world. We've focused a lot on research, developing the concept of the student as researcher as part of the development of a project. We have projects that deal with a more technical brief, understanding the tectonics of construction and also the conventions of communication. We look a lot into commercial projects so that you can understand how design can impact the profitability of a business. And to give you some real-world experience, we run a lot of live projects with people coming in from outside to critique, to set projects and give feedback. We're working on a range of scales. As I said earlier, we're looking at an area between objects and architecture, that interior design scale that we're all familiar with as humans passing through space. And we're also looking at how we can adaptively reuse space. A lot of what you'll be working on in the future will be the adaptation of existing spaces. Looking at these scales enables you to both think big, but also be really conscious of the detail close up. We like to experiment and push the boundaries with the ways in which we are teaching. The multidisciplinary studio space is really set up to encourage peer learning. You'll learn lots from your fellow students. We've introduced the flipped classroom approach to delivering content online, which enables us to spend more time face-to-face, giving feedback. We're also pioneering podcast delivery of content. And we team teach as well, which gives a variety of views on your project from the different members of staff. We like to keep it interesting and engaging. We have regular Meet the Supplier sessions with suppliers coming in to show you the products that they deal with. That helps you get an understanding of both the materials that you might be using, but also the wider industry context. Again, the live projects where you'll be working on real sites and real buildings, engaging with real clients. We set up a number of Meet the Employer sessions where you can quiz potential employers about how they run their businesses. And also working on real sites. We have a project down in the Royal William Yard in Plymouth, so you get to see a real building and understand a little bit more about the process. As I said earlier, both Eleanor and I work in our own design practices, and the course is run more like a practice than a school, in that we are introducing lots of the processes and skills that you'll need in industry into the learning experience. So that's the design process, the techniques, the presentation and documentation methods that you would use in a business. We have an eye to being professional and organised and accountable. We think we've got a really good mix of real life experience and theoretical learning, creativity mixed with pragmatism. And the real question is, where are you going to fit into that? We have a huge range of different personalities, and the aim of our course is to develop those students and encourage them to find their own voice. We'd like to know where you're going to fit into that picture. Thanks very much for listening. If you've got any questions, please get in touch. There's some contact details. And we have a number of follow-up sessions coming on with live Q&A and more information on the course available. But thanks again for listening. I hope you enjoyed the brief snapshot of our course, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.